Hello, everyone, and welcome to Investing New. Thank you for tuning into our channel, and welcome to our first lesson. And the topic that we're going to cover today will be type of investments. Now, we know there are many different investments type out there, but for the purpose of simplicity, and because this is an introductory course, we're going to go over 5 different types of investments, and they are bonds, stocks, options, cryptocurrencies, and equity crowdfunding. Now, with so many options, you're probably wondering which one is the right one for me. Don't worry, we're going to help you figure that out. So before you start learning about all type of investments, you need to understand what type of investor are you? Are you the conservative kind or are you the aggressive type? If you don't understand what that means, don't worry, we're going to help you figure that out. A conservative investor is someone who prefers to take less risk and doesn't mind earning less money in return for their investment. When you lean towards the aggressive side, it means that you're simply willing to take higher chances, higher risk, and hopes to earn more money back. Now, keep in mind that when you're an aggressive investor, it does not guarantee that you're going to earn money in your return. With investments, everything is unpredictable. We don't know what might happen in the future. That's why we always say that when you are to invest, only invest the amount of money that you can afford to lose. Try to invest in something that you completely understand or that you have an idea or something that you believe it's going to work. Never invest into something that is completely foreign to you, something that you don't understand, and with money that you don't have. Without further ado, let's get started. We're going to start with the least type of investment strategy, and that will be with bonds. So what exactly are they? Well, believe it or not, bonds are a form of debt. Yes, but don't worry. Here's how they work. A corporation or a municipality comes in and they need money to invest or to grow internally. And as opposed to going to a bank and borrow the money, they prefer to borrow it from individual investors. Let's say someone like you. You're going to come in and you're going to learn an X amount of money to that particular corporation and municipality, and you're going to wait a certain amount of years. And after that happens, you're going to get all of your money back plus interest. So it's pretty simple and straightforward. You lend the money and you get repay the money with interest. It is good for those who are not comfortable risking a lot of their money, and they know that at the end of the day, they're going to receive a certain percentage back. But you're only limited to that cap, to that amount of interest rates that you agreed upon in the very beginning. So if the company performs very well and they have higher chances of continuing to grow, you're not going to get on those benefits of the continuous growth of the company because it is an amount that you agreed upon from the start, right? But if you are willing to take a higher risk and return of a higher gain, you can move on to investment type 2, and those are stocks. What basically a stock is an investment that's going to get you equity in a company. In other words, when you invest in that company, you become an owner of the amount of stocks that you decide to buy or invest in. Congratulations. But again, remember, and back to one of our original slides, stocks actually lean more towards a higher risk. So you have to be comfortable with the amount of risk that you're taking in the stocks. Because when the companies lose money, you're also losing money. But when the companies are gaining money, you're also gaining money. So it is a straight correlation depending on how the company is performing. If you're okay with that, great, let's move on. Now, you might wonder, where exactly do I learn all about stocks? Where are they even listed? So there are a couple of listings that are out there, but we're going to mention 3, and we're providing you the links down below so you can continue to do more research on your own. And those are the S&P 500, the Dow Jones, and the NASDAQ. Now, you might wonder, what's the main difference between those three listings? Nothing really major. It's just the amount of requisites that they require companies to have before they're listed and their market size. Other than that, it is pretty straightforward. You go into each of those links that were provided down below, and you can start learning all about the different companies that they host and their listing, and continue to do research and learn. Once you're ready and you have a favorite stock or a couple of favorite stocks picked on, you might probably want to move on, but you're not sure exactly where to go, right? So that's where we are here to help you out. There's a platform called Robinhood. You can use it as a desktop tool, or you can even download an application to your phone. And the way Robinhood works is that it's going to allow you to perform trades and buy your preferred stocks or your favorite stocks of your choice free of charge. Robinhood is a platform that doesn't charge you any fees as opposed to the other ones that are available out there. Now, if you're feeling a little bit more fancy and you feel that you've gotten the most out of Robinhood, you can move on to another platform called Vanguard. However, with Vanguard, there's a minimum capital required, and that is $1,000 before you can start trading. Once you have those $1,000 deposited in the brokerage account, you can go ahead and feel free to start trading the stock of your choice, and you're going to have access to different tools and different reports written by professionals. So it's basically a one-stop shop, which is something that Robinhood doesn't provide. With Robinhood, you're going to have to go out of your way and do research and learn all about the stocks that you're planning to invest on, versus when you go into Vanguard, you have all of those reports nicely laid out for you in the platform. But like everything, when you have something that is more customizable, it's going to cost you money or fees in this case. And Vanguard happens to be one of the choices where the fees are actually very affordable for someone who's trying to get started with their investing strategies. We hope you find this very helpful, and please feel free to leave us a comment below if you want to learn more in depth about stocks. We'll be more than happy to create another presentation for you. Now, moving on to the next type of investment, we have options. So how exactly does option work? They're a little bit different. They are kind of like a stock trading form, but they're a little bit more complex than that. Options are asset tradings, and where you actually grant the investors the right, but not the obligation to buy or sell an underlying asset on or before that date. This is not to be confused with a future or forward contract, which is in fact an obligation to perform or take action. So how exactly do they work, you're probably wondering? Well, there are two types. There are call options and there are put options. A call option can be seen as a deposit for a future purpose, while a put option can be seen more as an insurance. If this is a little complicated, don't worry. We're going to break it down for you. So hypothetically speaking, let's say you are venturing out into a local municipality and you hear that there might be future developments that are coming up in a particular town. And you're thinking, if I invest in a house with those developments happening, I might be able to get some benefit out of it. So you decide to go into that local municipality and learn all about it, and you pick the property that you want to invest in, right? But you're still not sure whether those developments are going to be approved or not, right? But rumor has it that, let's say, they're going to be approved within 2 years or so. And you don't want to miss out on that opportunity. So what do? You go ahead and you enter into a contract. You buy a call option, and where you agree on a price, let's say for $300,000 for a house in 2 years. So you hope that the local municipality approve those developments within a period of 2 years, and hopefully you can go in and exercise that option and buy the house for $300,000, regardless of whether the house went up and down. Now, none of this is going to come free of charge. You're going to have to pay a premium in order to secure that contract. So let's assume that you pay a premium of $1,000 to secure that contract, and the deal happens. You're great. you become a new homeowner and you pay only $300,000 for the house. But let's say those approvals never happen and you just simply decide to walk away from the deal. That's okay. However, the $1,000 premium that you pay, that's something that you will not get back, because it is a premium that you pay to secure that deal and give you the right or the option to buy that particular property that you're interested in. Now, with a put option, it works a little bit differently, because a put option is seen more as an insurance. So let's say, for example, everything went well and the local municipality approved the newly developments in less than 2 years, and you went ahead and you bought the house, right? But then 1 year down the road, you start hearing rumors that the developments do not have sufficient funds and that there's a chance that they might be stopped. And if that happens, your investment is actually going to go down in value and you might lose out. So what do? You set up a goal, a target. How much are you willing to lose in the meantime as you wait for that happens? So let's say you set up a goal that you don't want to lose more than 10% of your investment, and you go ahead and you buy a put option for someone to come in and purchase your property for $270,000 in a period of 6 months, because you believe you'll find out about the news in 6 months. Fast forward 6 months, let's say that those rumors are indeed true and that those developments have stopped, and in fact your property is going down in value. So you can go ahead and exercise that put option before it's too late and the house, let's say, goes down to $240,000, right? And you lose more money. Now, you might probably wondering, why would somebody come in and buy a property that's going down in value? Well, not everyone has the same mindset of an investor. Maybe that seller, that buyer, is actually interesting and making a deal with the seller because it is a good friend of them. Maybe they are interested in that particular house because it's the house where they grew up with, or maybe even the neighborhood where they grew up with. So somebody coming in and buying a house at $270,000, that's still actually a pretty good deal compared to a $300,000 deal. So in the end, everybody gets to a win-win situation. If you want to learn more about options, feel free to leave us a comment down below, and we'd be more than happy to create more content that's going to further explain the details on options. Moving along, next, we're going to have cryptocurrencies. Now, there's a lot of hype around cryptocurrencies, and not everyone is completely familiar as to what they are or what they mean, or what can you actually do with it. So as the name describes it, a cryptocurrency is a form of digital currency. It just basically means that you can use those type of currencies to buy a product or service. They're built in a blockchain platform, and all of the transactions are actually recorded in a digital ledger. You've probably heard of the term Bitcoin. Bitcoin is actually the most popular form of cryptocurrency that's out there. But believe it or not, there are up to 1,500 type of different cryptocurrencies out in the market nowadays. And they go by the term of altcoins, which means an alternate coin. Now, you'll probably wonder, oh my God, 1,500. Where exactly do I start? How do I learn about them? Well, there's a site that's called coinmarketcap.com. CoinMarketCap lists all of the available cryptocurrencies that are out there in the market. They provide you with a link that you can actually click on. You go into their site, you learn all about the technology, and there's even access to their white papers, so you can go more in detail as to understanding what the technology is all about. Now, the difference between investing in crypto and stocks is that you are going to have access even though you don't have all of the money readily available. So let's say, for example, if you want to invest in an Amazon stock is worth over $1,200 today. So in order for you to go in and invest in an Amazon stock, you're going to have $1,200. But with cryptocurrency, it works a little bit different. Let's say you have $100 to invest and you're willing to go into the cryptocurrency world. Let's say you're going to go ahead and buy a Bitcoin. As of today, February 2018, a Bitcoin is worth about $6,900. But you only have $100. So let's say you can actually go in and buy $100 worth of Bitcoin. And what the exchange is going to do is give you a fraction of the equivalent of $100. In terms of investing, this makes it very accessible for somebody who has a low budget, right? But in essence, it sort of works the same as the stocks. If the crypto goes up in value, you definitely make money. But if the crypto goes down in value, you're going to lose money. If you're okay with that, let's move on. And we're going to talk about different platforms where you can actually go in to start trading cryptocurrency. There's two types that we recommend in our site. And one is Coinbase and the other one is GDAS. They're in essence the same company, but the functionality of the platforms are a little bit different. With Coinbase, it is very straightforward and simple. You go in, you create a free account, you transfer money from your checking account, and you can start trading. With GDAS, you still have the same functionality, but you also have what is called a limit trade. And that means that you can schedule a trade at a certain price of your preference for a future time. Now, keep in mind that with Coinbase and GDAS, you're only limited to 4 different types of cryptocurrencies. You can only buy Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, and Litecoin. Those are the 4 different types of cryptos that you can actually purchase here. And we believe they're also the only 4 types of cryptos that you can buy using cash. For all of the other cryptos, you're going to need one of the kinds of cryptocurrencies that are out there in the market in order to trade for them. Now, you might probably wonder, where's Robinhood sitting in all of this? So, as of February 2018, Robinhood announced that they're going to create a platform that's going to allow for cryptocurrency trading. However, those crypto platforms are being rolled out by batches. So that means they're going to select a couple of states and they're going to roll out their platform. And then once the rollout is complete and finished, they're going to go on and move on to the other states that they have scheduled in their batches. So if you happen to live in one of those states where the platform has been rolled out to, great, you can go ahead and start trading. But if not, you're probably going to have to wait a couple of months. If you're okay with that and you have no rush, fine, go ahead and just sign up for Robinhood and wait. But if you want to go in now because you have a certain financial goal in mind, then we suggest that you get started with Coinbase and GDAS. We actually have a link down below where there's a promotion going on and where you can actually sign up and earn $10. And we also earn $10 in return for referring the new users. Now, once you get familiarized with the different type of platforms such as Coinbase, GDAS, or Robinhood, you can move on to a more complex one, and that is Binance. So Binance lists most of the different cryptocurrencies that are available in the market. However, the issue with Binance is that you cannot go in and transfer cash directly. So you're going to have to buy any kind of crypto and then transfer that into Binance, and that's when you're going to be able to buy any of the other different kinds of cryptocurrencies, such as Ripple, as you can see here, or Monero, and so on. Now, if you want to learn more about crypto, you know what to do. Leave a comment down below. I will be more than happy to create additional content that's going to walk you through the entire cryptocurrency trading activities. Now, we're going to move on next is equity crowdfunding. Now, you've probably heard of the term crowdfunding, and where you come in and you hear about a project or a company that they need funds and you want to come in and chip in and goodwill and help them out. Well, equity crowdfunding works similarly, but with the major difference is that now you get to own equity in their company. Very interesting, right? So how does that work? So let's say there's a startup company that you're really interested in and you know the ins and out about their projects, everything that's in the pipeline and what they have in mind. So you go ahead and you decide to invest a certain amount of money, right? And in exchange, the company is going to give you what it's called a convertible note or safe note. And basically what that means is that a convertible note is a form of equity that can eventually turn into stocks in the future if the company decides to go public. So that means your investment can actually grow over time by the time it becomes a stock. However, not all is as simple as it sounds. And this type of investment is highly risky. And here's why. When you invest in a startup, there are a lot of unknowns in a startup company. They might be able to survive, hopefully, but chances are they're not going to survive. There's plenty of competition out there that's going to go against them. And even if they do manage to survive for a couple of years, it's going to take a long time for them to grow to a large size and go public. So if you're looking for an investment where you can actually monitor the progress and see your portfolio grow, or at least catch the falls, then this is not the type of investment for you. But if you're not in a rush and you're okay with putting money aside and helping these companies out, then just go for it and wait a couple of years and hope that you might get the money back. In fact, once you become an equity crowdfunding investor, you can even help the company with feedback that you can provide into their products. You can actually introduce the founders to people in your network that is even going to help them grow even faster, because that's also going to help you and your investment. It's like you're running your own little Shark Tank show and you get to help the companies grow faster. Now, if this is something that really interests you and you want to get an idea of where to go and how to get started and what type of projects are available out there in the market, we found 3 different websites that are definitely going to help you get started. They are WeFounder, Seed Invest, and CrowdCube. WeFounder and Seed Invest are actually companies that are located in the US and they're funding American projects. CrowdCube is actually a European company, and if you're feeling like you want to go international, go ahead and invest in companies in Europe. We hope that you really found this information very valuable, and please let us know if there's anything that you would like to see us improve or change, because at the end of the day, we're creating this content because we want to share the knowledge. Our founders actually struggled at the beginning of their lives because there wasn't really much financial literacy available out there. And even if there is now, they're so scattered all over the place that it's very difficult for someone who has a busy schedule to try to gather all of that information together. And that's what we intend to do here today. But of course, we're not financial advisors, so please feel free to consult with a specialist, a financial advisor or a lawyer, or do your research on your own, because basically what we're sharing with you today are lessons learned that we have learned throughout our lives, and we're just here to share that information with you. Always do your research before investing. Remember that we're here a community to help you grow in all aspects. So if you have some useful information that you would like to put out there and help others, feel free to share it with us, and we'll be more than happy to do further research and prepare another video that's going to help people to continue to grow and viewers continue to take advantage of investing. We're here to provide you with personal help, professional, and at the financial level as well, because everybody deserves the chance to make their money grow and also have a peace of mind at the end of the day. So without further ado, thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. Please don't forget to subscribe at the button below and continue to share any information that you have available that's going to help everybody grow in the long term, because sharing is caring. Thank you, and until then, see you next time. Bye-bye.